It is that time, Friday, when I get to invite my good friend Tom Gamble on the line as we get into the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Meyer. Tom, good morning. Happy Friday to you.
Bridget, I'm starting to think you enjoy this solo thing with me so much. You told Nick just don't come in on Fridays anymore. I'm starting to get a little bit of a complex about him maybe anymore. But no, you are. But now, wait a minute. I think Covington Catholic Beechwood was a huge game for us in the Showdown last week, and you're inching closer to 500.
I know.
Selected. Yeah, how about that? Now, and he was here for this one. He took Beechwood. You took Covington. Boy, what a great game. Some people say it was the biggest crowd ever in Fort Mitchell for any game. Covcath fell behind 21-0 right out of the gate in the first quarter, but rallied, and it was a great game. Beechwood went up 31-28, but Covcath scored with just under 2 minutes left to win 35-31, snapped the 14-game winning streak for Beechwood. And these are two really, really good teams. Evan Pitzer was our MVP, the quarterback, who kind of started slow but picked it up late. But what a great game. What a great atmosphere. And we think we've got another one tonight. This is the first time in the Showdown that we've been to Sycamore Stadium on Sycamore High School's campus. Now, they played the final 3 home games there last year, but this is the first full season on campus, and it's been a long, long time. They used to play at the middle school, junior high, but they're on campus. They welcome Lakota West, the 3-time defending Greater Miami Conference champion. Tonight, kickoff is 7 o'clock. Let me see. You selected West. Nick, of course, he had no defense here. He was given Sycamore, and you've come to find out that maybe you selected the school that has a tie to Nick's wife, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, I got a message from Jen that said, glad that, my husband didn't even pick my high school. Well, I did explain that he didn't have a choice. I picked. So I just, Nick at home, helping out with baby number 2. He'll be back here sooner rather than later. Don't worry. But, it's just good preparation for Nick. He gets bossed around by me at work, gets bossed around by his wife at home. Welcome. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Well, typical female, doesn't know the circumstances, jumping to conclusion. Yeah. Feel bad for you, Nick. Get back to work soon. But anyway. So, Wyoming, how about this? They did win their 72nd straight regular season game last week. They knocked off Taylor. And a tough one tonight. They're on the road at Reading. Reading's 4-1, Wyoming's 5-0. But think about that. I mean, it snapped the record that was previously held by Moeller, 71 straight from 1978 to 1985, the Jerry Faust era. Think about that. They haven't lost, Wyoming, in the regular season. Now, could this be an omen? Since they fell to Reading back in 2015. How about that? But 72 straight. I don't care. Big school, small school, any school. That's pretty impressive. So
that's
here we go.
That's going to be a good one.
It is. We've got a great night of weather. It does appear. So here's what we've got tonight. In the Greater Catholic League South, Elder at St. Xavier. These are two teams vying for the GCL South. And how about LaSalle against Moeller? It's at Mount St. Joe. Moeller with the big win last week against St. X. LaSalle off to a 4-1 start, so that ought to be an interesting matchup. In the GCL co-ed, Nick's alma mater, Baden, takes on Fenwick. That game's at Hamilton. Baden undefeated. Fenwick is 4-1. Of course, we've got Lakota West at Sycamore in the Showdown. Princeton, everyone's chasing the Vikings, is at Oak Hills tonight. Big one in the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. Winston Woods on the road. They're undefeated at once beaten Anderson. I mentioned Wyoming is at Reading. Also Indian Hill at Madeira in the CHL. Huge in Northern Kentucky. Big district matchup tonight. Highlands at Cooper out in Union. And 4-1 Newport at 5-0 Lloyd. Southeast Indiana, you can't lose track. East Central, they just keep rolling. They host South Dearborn tonight in St. Leon. And Lawrenceburg gets Batesville at home. The only loss for Lawrenceburg is to East Central. So we're already to week 6.
Okay.
Which is pretty crazy.
It really is.
But it's
perfect weather for Friday Night Lights, and it looks like some great games that are on tap for tonight.
Well, this is really, you start to get you look at if anybody wants, I should mention this too, if you're into the Ohio High School Athletic Association, the state playoff picture, almost everybody makes the postseason, but everybody jockeys for position. JoeEitel.com. That's Joe, EITEL.com. He projects out the Harbin computer ratings. You can check them out at ohsaa.org. Follow along with like Milford's number 1, Princeton's number 2 in Division I, Region 4. If you want to follow along and see where the teams are slotting in for the postseason, you can do that. Now, of course, we've got big Showdown game tonight. You can follow along at X-Town Showdown, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. But we've got a contest winner for this week heading out to the game with our Showdown game experience. And we stay in the Greater Miami Conference next week. Princeton, the team everyone's chasing, at Fairfield